I'll wait for some of you to file in before I tell the story of tonight. But let's just say I'll fill the air with words like a movie trailer, a preview of it. Casey Schilling, what's up, brother? I haven't seen you in a while. What's up? He said the same thing. My bro, what's up? Dude, I did 2 open mics tonight in a row, and it was kind of exhilarating because I basically knew how it was going to go, and it went almost exactly that way. The first mic, did 5 minutes, bombed horribly. Ran over to the second mic. He let me close the show out. I did 4 minutes and crushed it. Chilling and picking my nose. Well, I appreciate the brutal honesty. This counts for something, right? Like, I want to talk about it, like, in detail. And I don't mean offense when I say this, Casey Schilling, but I need you to be patient. Just be patient. We've been live, like, a little over a minute. Like, be patient, because I don't have a regular, you know this, I don't have a regular streaming schedule. Like, it's at a whim. Like a serial killer that kills at random just when he feels like it. I go live when I feel like it. And no, the two aren't correlated, so it's not a deeper metaphor into something scary or should be looked into. I'm saying that for the FBI guy who quietly watches me in the background. If you're not laughing, Casey, I'm gonna be pissed. Anyways, if you could just be patient, all right? We're like at the 2-minute mark right now. So if you could just be patient for a minute or 3. See if we can get some other people in here, because like I said, not unlike a serial killer, I don't have a regular schedule of when I stream, like midnight to 2 or 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. because I work sporadically. Like, I work like 80 hours a week. So yeah, with the burp in between to make it even funnier. You better be laughing. Anyways. I try, be patient, LOL. You mean you'll try to be patient, but hopefully you're laughing at the jokes or you're racist. Yeah, it's because I'm white. Psh. Discounting my jokes because of privilege. Suck. Anyways, glad you're here, sir. You truly am. Does me use my old medieval British voice for no reason? Off with his head. For not laughing immensely. Okay, I'm not laughing then. All right, fine. Be that way, you vegetarian. Yeah, you're probably bordering on vegan. The religion. You know how you can tell if someone's a vegan? They'll tell you. I had a vegan friend once that chased down an ice cream truck. And the ice cream truck driver is probably a single dad. Looks in his rear view, both mirrors, sees a customer, pulls over, puts his van in park, takes his seatbelt off, goes in the back, opens the window, and she gets up there and she goes, I don't want any ice cream. I just want to let you know I'm vegan. Have a good day. This dude's thinking he's going to make $2.50. No, she just went there to, do you see the joke? Okay, you better be laughing. And that's a joke I should have used tonight, and I didn't. Yep. Nah, he looked over his shoulder. 2 people here, 1 thumbs up. Are you still laughing, Casey? Or is there a delay? Or did you leave, perchance, allegedly? No, I'm kidding. 2 people here, 1 thumbs up. A napkin blowing across the pavement in front of me, which I could turn the camera around, but it's already passed. And it's not funny. Except to me, because I'm weird. Anyways. Does he have his meds? He's not on meds. Did he escape a mental institution? No, he got a day pass. I'm still waiting to see more smiley face emojis. 1 of 2 people that are allegedly here. Casey, no pressure. Except on your mom. Anyway, it's dude, I punched a wall just to be funny in front of other comics before going on stage, and I kind of made both my middle knuckles really sore. That's so stupid. And they were like, wow, he's psychotic. Be like, yeah, don't you forget it, sucker. I'm here. Thank you, Casey Schilling. And then I went on stage, and I was the last comic, and I didn't get to go up until like 8:59, and I know the coffee bar closes at 9, so I got to make it short, sweet, to the point. I did a 4-minute set and killed it. But before that, just down the road, did a 5-minute set, bombed so bad I almost don't want to post. I'm probably not gonna post it. Like, I had one joke where one other female comic was like, ha ha, and it was a terribly dirty joke that I can't post online because my mom watches my stuff. No, I'm not going to tell you the joke, but it was really good. You're welcome. Thank you very much, Casey Schilling. You know I love you, bro. 3 people here now. 1 thumbs up. Whoop, whoop, filling the house up. So for those of you just listening to the replay that weren't here when I was live because I don't have a schedule, not unlike a serial killer that I mentioned before with Casey here. That joke was personalized for you, son. I love you too, bro. Appreciate that, man. No Diddy. Which is funny because no homo was like a thing for like 10 years from like 2004 to 2014. And then it took a break. And then in 2024, no Diddy came up. Like, what a joke that is. 10 years of no homo saying it at the, hey man, you want to come over tonight? We're playing poker and drinking beer. No homo. Well, now I don't want to come, right? Come over. I don't want to come over. So but it's also like it took a 10-year break from 2014 to 2024, and then 2024, it's like, no Diddy. I mean, that joke just oiled itself up and lubed itself right into the 2025 era. It has trafficked its way across the last couple years. That's a terrible pun. Okay, these aren't all going to be gold. I'm literally riffing. I'm just going off of whatever kind of snafu pops in my brain. Like if I think about an episode of Adventure Time or Fairly Odd Parents or Johnny Bravo or Ren and Stimpy or the MacGyver episodes. Yeah, I threw that one in last randomly because it's not a cartoon and I'm older than you. That was my childhood. Don't judge me. Casey Schilling laughing his butt off, hopefully having like an 8-minute ab session where I'm causing you more cardio and ab crunchitude than like your sit-ups you do every now and then to try to impress girls that you don't have the balls to walk up and talk to. Still laughing. Good. You get that ab workout in, son. Be a man. Do sit-ups till you grab your reds. On the next, Maury Povich. Anyways, 4 people here. Whoop, whoop. It's a party. Oh, my goodness. My favorite number's 5. Give me the number 5, and we'll talk about how I did 2 open mics tonight and how it went. Some of it hilarious. Some of it crass. Some of it I can't post because my mom watches my stuff sometimes. And some of it just epic. Like the 4-minute set I did at Coffee Underground, and they literally, in the video, he says, for our last comic of the evening, closing the show. So I got to close the show and crush it. People don't remember things they laughed at in the middle. They remember things how they ended. Like, did the movie end leaving you sadder than when you started it? Or did it have a happy ending and you walk out in the arm of your loved one being like, that was great. This is a good date night. Like, right? Dingleberry Sports Highlights. Dude, stay for a minute. You got to hear this. I went to 2 open mics tonight because I'm in a small city. It's still a city, but it's a small city. So to have 2 open mics in one night within like a 30-minute gap, it's not New York or Atlanta or Miami or Denver or LA or Portland where you can just do 5 to 10 open mics a night depending on how fast you walk. This is Greenville, South Carolina. So to have 2 mics on a Monday night and I happen to get off in time to go to both of them, even though I was late to sign up to both of them, yeah, kind of epic in my world, allegedly. Could it be? Dingleberry Sports Highlights, you better still be here. You don't love your mother. So 2 open mics tonight. The first one I went to, literally thought, hey, I was an hour late for the sign up. They were already half hour into the show. And I thought, I'm just going to be an audience member. And I sat there through a few comics until Patrick Dickhead got up there. And the guy who tried to roast me last time, and it just turned out just being cruel for no reason and not funny. Just why? Like, what's wrong with you, bro? And then he tried some jokes tonight, and some of them, Sawyer Sauce in the house, what's up? So I walk out at that moment to pee when Patrick, forgettable name, got up there on stage with his double chin. And, the pot belly that allows him to barely be able to see his junk. I got up to pee. At that point, I was like, oh, I don't need to see this guy. I know he's not funny. So he did a minute or so, kind of, sort of awkward funny. And then as I go outside to pee, I see a buddy, Lou Abel, shout out Lou Abel, who's also on YouTube. And I've been grinding Sora vids. Yeah, I don't mess with the AI. I have one Sora vid up about a golden retriever riding an electric scooter being chased by the police, which is pretty funny. They're so fun. I'm sure, and there's a ton of them, but I don't want to give into the AI. Like, I'm so digitally Amish. All of my content is literally original, and I don't do the AI thing. I don't even use ChatGPT. Like, I literally have a set of dictionaries in my bedroom from 1986 because, you know, the internet wants to change stuff, and I want to see if stuff's still real from back then. 5 people here, 2 thumbs up. Thanks for being here, y'all. Point being, tonight I got to do 2 open mics. First open mic, I'm an audience member through some great comics, and then Patrick Forgettable gets up there, you know, with his double chin, and the room it did have a weird vibe. And I was like, now's a good time to pee. And as I go out to pee, I see Lou Abel outside, another comic here in Greenville. Shout out, Lou. And he goes, bro, the other mic is happening at Swanson's Warehouse. It's literally just a quarter mile from here. You could walk it real quick. Go over there and do that one, then come back and do this one. And the host, Travis Dubin, shout out Travis, was running the Coffee Underground No Expectations comedy open mic tonight. And I said, Travis, is there any way you could squeeze me in the end? Because he only had like 18 or 19 comics, so he didn't have a full set. He goes, yeah, I could squeeze you in the end, but just maybe don't make me red light you. Just, you know, be quick. And I was like, got it. Yeah, cool. So, because, you know, I never know how much time is going to be. So I literally go into an alley, take a pee, and then leave that alley and speed walk with the directions on my phone, taking corners so I can beat the GPS timer by a minute. I get there to Swanson's, I pull up, the host is there, I was like, yo, where's the list for comics? And where he had me sign up, some other comic had signed up and then lost their gumption and scratched their name out, so they weren't going to do it. So I filled my name in the gap. And I go to sit down on the couch by Ginger Spicy, who apparently didn't want anything to do with me, which is fine. She's young, whatever. Anyways. But like literally, I sat down next to her on a couch that's like 6 foot wide. I was like, hey, how you doing? And just did that and face forward, didn't even like give her eye contact. And she's like, okay. And she gets up and goes to another chair and leaves her purse next to me. And then when she comes back 5 minutes later, she's like, I had $200 in my purse. You didn't steal it, did you? I was like, no, I'm honest. I have my own money, thanks. And she's like, oh, I'm kidding. I'm like, okay. So Pudding comes up to me and he goes, look, you're coming up next. And I was like, okay. So I only got to sit through, like, there was one comic that was already on stage. Shout out Jackie Rose. She's a funny lady. And she's the only one that cackled at one of my jokes that I was just riffing that I can't repeat out loud because, like I said, my mom watches my stuff. So Jackie Rose is already on stage when I get there. She's up there for a solid 10, 12 minutes more once I got there. And I was like, oh, she's doing like full bits. Cool. And then Puddin comes up to me and says, yo, Bane, you next. And I said, okay. Yeah, we don't know each other's real name. I know him as Puddin. He knows me as Bane. It's just the way it is. So she finishes. He gets up there and introduces me and goes, Bane, are you ready? And I was like, yeah. And I even said it on camera because I started recording right as he got on the stage. And I walk up there and I do a horrible set in front of a room with maybe 15 people in it. And 5 or 6 of them were comics. Maybe 20 people in the room. Maybe 20 people in the room and 10 of them were comics. And Diaz en Lenga. ¿Cómo está, amigo? So anyways, I get up there, I do 5 minutes of bad jokes, and then in the middle, scream something obscene, and Jackie Rose, shout out Jackie, just cackles laughing, and that made my night right there. I was like, oh, at least one of the comics, I made her laugh. Cool. And I did my 5 minutes. I finished. I started okay. Middle was weird. I ended okay. People still clapped when I got off stage, and then I walked by Jackie, and I was like, Jackie, thanks for giving me that laugh. I really appreciate that. And I meant it genuinely as one comic to another comic, friend to friend. And so I hurry, scuttlebutt my way a quarter of a mile through downtown in between buildings and shit to get back to Coffee Underground at 8:45, and the show ends at 9. And he's like, this person's up, and then this person's up, and then Zeke is up, and Bane Bear, you're last. And I was like, okay, sweet, because no pressure. It's literally, especially when it's a weird vibe, they're kind of depending on you to bring the show back. And Zeke really helped. It's number 19, and I was number 20. Zeke Autry, also wearing a jacket and a hoodie, also had a joke about how autocorrect screws you. Also has a stepdad joke, so I had to change mine to step uncle. But as number 19, he got up there, he was hysterical. He crushed it. Zeke, shout out Zeke, love you, bro, you did great. And my phone was just leaning against the chair, just recording for when I got up there. And I literally hit record right before Travis Dubin, shout out Travis, says into the camera, he's like, are you ready for our last performer of the evening? And people are like, yeah. And it was such a weird vibe, such a weird vibe. And there's probably, including the comics that were there, I think it was 30 people there maybe. Like 20 audience members, 25 audience members, and 5 to 10 comics. So, and then I did 4 minutes of just Crushington. Just took the puns to Pound Town. Just Crushtober Fest. 2 people here, 2 thumbs up. I can never believe that counter. So, like, I'm really ashamed of the first 5-minute set I did because there was between 15 and 25 people in the room, and I just bombed mostly. I bombed more than I crushed. And then I ran until I was sweaty, and then did the 4-minute set at Coffee Underground, crushed, and then literally even included my sweaty armpits in the set. It made it even funnier. Jumped into the first row to scare some Gen Z chicks. Hilarious. And you had to be there, but like it's an exhilarating feeling. Like I left there and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a live stream and talk about it for no reason to anyone that listens for whatever. I don't need validation. I just enjoy making people laugh. That's what it is. It's not like I go home at night and hug my pillow and be like, I would have killed myself on the way home if I hadn't made some people laugh today. No, but I do love knowing that I make people laugh. Tony11, what's up? Ferenc Nayari. Ferenc Nayari is here today to be an audience member in the comedy. You will laugh mucho. I don't know why I'm going French, Spanish, Middle Eastern accent all muddled together. I just... Like, do you see where my brain is? Like, the weird vibes tonight gave me, like, it effed with me so much that I literally made a joke about the weird vibes and how Gen Z and Gen Xers in the audience self-segregated because Gen X didn't want to catch an addiction to Minecraft and Fortnite, and Gen Z didn't want to have any work ethic. I'm trying, and it's hard to learn. To learn what? Comedy, or to speak English, or to do accents, or to try to not be scared of public speaking. To be specific, Tony. Please. Trying to learn what exactly? Whistle with 2 fingers. Oh, the whole, no. There, I put 2 fingers in my mouth while whistling and didn't burn my beard. Man, that's all I can do. Yeah, I was whistling Dixie, but the bad version. Trying, it's hard to learn. Whistle above. Yeah. Oh, dude, my ankle, dude. I got. You want to? Okay, sawyer sauce. Sorry, I didn't see your question before. Let's scroll back to the chat. See what else I missed. Oh, dude, the ankle vid. I jumped into the back of this van too fast. I was on a job, and my bag was sitting there, and my bird beak, which are sharp, bird beak needle nose pliers are sticking out of the bag like this. And I jump up there and just skewer my ankle, like right by the bone. Right by the bone. And as soon as I did it, like it was like, you ever been cut by a razor that was like a brand new razor and it's so sharp and it happens so fast you barely feel the cut, but you know in 5 seconds you're gonna feel it. You're like, oh, this is gonna suck. And then it starts to bleed and you're like, yep, it's sucking. Like I got out of the van, I was like, oh, it's not that bad. Oh, it's about to, that's a puncture wound. It's about, like it went in the depth of my ring, of my pinky nail. basically. Just like, 3/8 of an inch, just enough to make you really question your choices. And then that night I had a family dinner, and my nephews and nieces were like, Uncle Bane, play soccer with us. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to stand here. I'm not running. And I kicked with my left foot anyway, so, but yeah, it was. And then that night, some other weird stuff happened I can't talk about, because whatever. Enjoying Thursday? It's Monday, but all right. Whistling with 2 fingers would be the talent, like the 2 thing, or the 4 fingers. How people do that with 2 and 2. I never understood that. I don't know. We'll go live a few more minutes. What do you guys want to talk about? Give me something to make jokes about, sir or ma'am. I said, what you got, sucker? In my country is Thursday. I have trouble believing that. But all right. I'm going to go with no. It's not even Tuesday. How is it? No. I have trouble believing that. I have major trouble believing that. $4 a.m. where you're at? Maybe. Thursday? Definitely not. Yeah, you don't have to math it that hard. Tony 11 says, opinion on the industrialization and his consequences. Oh, and its consequences. Industrialization is fine, except the industrialization of AI has literally made people lazy. I have a friend that writes contracts for a living. He's like, dude, my job is so much easier. I freed up like 3 hours a day. I was like, you only work 8 hours a day. So now you're working half days? I'm working 10 to 15 hours a day. And it's like, dude, now you're getting lazy. You're going to be illiterate in 6 years. It's kind of like we used to all have all the phone numbers in our head memorized to your friends, your family, your uncles, grandma, grandpa, your parents at the house, because we all had house phones. Then we all got cell phones. What happens if you get arrested? Hey, you want to make your phone call? And then you're like, who would I call? I got like 4 numbers in my head memorized, and I am not calling any one of the 4 of them because they're family. No, there's a friend I can reach out to, but I don't have his number memorized because it's in my phone. So yeah, modern technology has made us just lazy, basically. And then we wonder why we have more of an epidemic of autism and forgetfulness and short attention spans and Alzheimer's and dementia. Really? I'm sure it's not just because of the chemicals we eat and breathe in. I'm sure part of it has to do with voluntary succubusness of technology and smartphones. Golly, I'm gassy. I had bacon, so. And industrialization, the Industrial Revolution, was really just a ploy to get women into the workforce, men go into war, and the ones that come back, now you have women and men in the workforce so that the elites could double their tax cattle. And that's what that basically was. It wasn't just making machines to make men's lives easier. And people are always like, oh, automation and AI is going to take over everything. Really? I'm a service plumber. Those robots can't get wet. I don't care how many seals you got. An AI is gonna change out your toilet perfectly. Really? With all the variables involved, he's gonna put a faucet on your sink. He's gonna change out your garbage disposal, replace your water heater. No. What happens when machines break? Men go and fix them. It's like at Walmart. Can you imagine? Like you're at the self-checkout. It needs assistance. A human being's on the way. They sprain their ankle. Another robot comes out to pick up the human to bring to you. And on the way to you, it breaks down. Then another man comes out to repair the robot, to carry the human, to help you with the robot. Just so stupid. Yeah, because of porn addiction, Tony. A lot of dudes watch porn. Yeah, you're getting too lazy. And people are like, hey, why would I try to go and talk to a girl like we used to in the old days, where you literally walked up and say, hey, how you doing? I hope you have a good night. Sorry to bother you, but I saw you from a distance, and I think that your hair and your smile are gorgeous. Would you like to get a steak tomorrow night? because I don't mind eating alone on a Friday, but I'd love to have the company just to get to know you and buy you a steak. You'd be surprised how often that line right there, all of that right there, actually works. Because it's so rare that men have the testicular fortitude to walk up to women and talk to them. No, they've got to use Tinder and Bumble and Hitch or Hinge or whatever it's called, and just all these different things where you talk to some chick and then you have a date and it doesn't work out. Like, no, just they'll respect you for approaching them. Even if they say no. Dude, I had it one night where I got shut down 3 times in one night, and the 4th time, got a date. It works. But you've got to work it. You've got to be okay with being rejected. Oh, excuse me, sir. I don't want to eat a free meal with you. Is what they say when they say no. And I'm okay with that. I've already made peace with that in my head. So I'll be like, okay, hope you have a good night. It was great to see you. And then leave it at that and don't look back. Walk away. But yeah, guys are like, why would I go and try and talk to a girl that's between a 4 and an 8 when I could just watch a 9 or a 10 with corn? Which rewires your brain to be a voyeur. You might as well be in a hotel room watching 2 people get it on. Like, dude, first-hand experience, way better. You can even get jail time for nothing. Yeah, undeniably, okay, facts. Around the world, getting a woman nowadays is harder. But there are no shortcuts to any place worth going. Do you ever think of that? Maybe it's harder because both sides have failed, male and female. A lot of men have become cucked with corn and the fast hookup culture. And that fast hookup culture only applies to 20% of men that are brave enough to talk to women. The other 80% are playing video games, getting fast food, playing on Reddit and Discord, and just doing stupid stuff. And the women that are getting it from these men, well, listen, it doesn't matter how ugly or fat you are, a man will screw you, okay? It's easier for a fat, ugly chick to go out and find D in one night than it is for a handsome, well-respected, hardworking man to go out and find P. And that's just a fact. And you've got to understand that. Maybe find a girl you vibe with, that you share common interests with, and then be like, I don't just want to bang her, I kind of want to spend time with her and get to know her, and maybe we could love each other. Like, that would help with the procreation. That would eliminate the low birth rate eventually. You know, if people stopped dating and started courting, right? Okay, I'm rambling, but you asked. And here's the thing. You want to know the truth? I ask out, hit on, flirt with, or quote unquote tease and then walk away 10 women a week. Easy. 10 to 20. One of them says yes to a date about every 2-3 weeks. Yeah, so you're going to go through 50 no's and maybe get a yes. I know what I am. I know I'm a solid 6.5 to a 7.2, and I'm okay with that. Why? Because the girls I'm hitting on are between 7.2 and 8.5. But who's judging, right? Like, literally, I'm the only comic that stayed after the show and thanked the audience for coming. And then some of the audience members came outside and saw when we were talking, started high-fiving us. Hey, y'all did great. That was funny. Yeah, you think those girls would have been so amped to high-five you if I hadn't stayed in the room, waited till the lights came up, even though it was 5 minutes after the venue closed, and said, hey, guys, I thank you for coming tonight. Please come next Monday night and bring friends. You know, made him laugh. And Travis made it funnier by being like, shut up, Payne, it's 9:05. I was like, I get it, it's late. See y'all next week. You know, just like, we were just riffing a little bit of banter back and forth. And I never know. Like, I'm on the fence. I don't know if Travis hates my guts or thinks I'm ballsy and respects me. It could go either way. Like, he's so hard to read, which kind of makes him a great comic / host. Am I wrong? No, I don't think so. And I don't care if any of them see this. Shout out to all the comics I mentioned. Puddin, Jackie, Zeke, Lou, Travis, Patrick. Oh, and Adam Schulte went up tonight too. I saw him. Yeah, it was good. Oh, and Gio Wagner. And who else? Dylan's good people. There. I shouted out everyone I interacted with. In your face. Anywho. This one chick was like number 18. Zeke was number 19. I was number 20. Got to crush the show. It really made my night. I can't even wait to make shorts. Obviously, I got to go home and go to sleep. But tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., I'm probably going to be making some shorts. Just not because I'm narcissistic or anything. Just because I think some of them are funny and worthy of putting up. I think it's going to be hysterical. We've been live 31 minutes. Next time, I'll get a no, I'm going to think about you. I'll keep going until I get that yes. Yeah, that's the spirit, bro. Yes. Salute. Yes. 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 Michael Jordan lost more basketball games than he won before he became a 6-time championship champion, right? And he's got LeBron beat on numerous levels if you actually compare the two legitimately. That's just a fact. But he missed more three-pointers and free throw shots than he made throughout practice, and eventually you get smoother and smoother. Hey, how you doing? Sorry to bother you. There's a coffee stand over there, and I'm in desperate need of coffee, but my throat closes and I can't drink alone. Would you like to get a cup of coffee real quick? You see how cheesy that dad pun was? It works. Well, I'm so glad I could give dating advice while being single. That's always hilarious for me. Let's end it on 33 minutes exactly, right? Illuminati confirmed. Naughty. So stupid. It's a terrible joke. Anyways, I really do salute to all of you for being here. I hope you have a good night. And remember, do feel loved. Later, guys. Have a good night.